Hold, Traveler. Borderwatch isn't safe. Scout Iscaria. Ivory Brigade Borderwatch garrison. We're in desperate need of help.
What do you need help with?
There's a situation at the fortress. Hostages involved. Report to Commander Axius if you want to assist us. He'll make it worth your while. He's camped outside the fort.
Okay. I will speak with Commander Axius.
Follow the road. It should be safe up to the fort. You'll find Commander Axius's camp outside Borderwatch's walls. I just hope you're more help than the so-called professionals he sent in already.
Who are these so-called professionals you mentioned?
Not sure myself. Some shifty Argonian and a wide-eyed wood elf. They happened by and claimed they could rescue the hostages without any bloodshed. Haven't heard a thing since, for better or worse.
But what happened at the fort?
I only know it involves mercenaries threatening to kill innocent folk if we try to fight them. The commander doesn't want it to come to that, but we're running out of options.
What can you tell me about Borderwatch?
The fort is under the jurisdiction of Leowin's militia, the Ivory Brigade. It defends the main road between Leowin and Bravil. We're all that keeps the Three Banners War from spreading into Blackwood. We can't lose the fort.
I
Just
get
can't.
it. I get it. Equips Ransom. The Ivory Brigade garrison of Borderwatch is seeking help with a hostage situation. A Borderwatch scout told me that I should talk to Commander Axios, commander of the garrison, to learn more about the situation. Talk to Commander Axios.
Get on my bad side, trust me.
Did my scouts send you, or did you slip past unannounced? Either might do. I'll be brief. I was the commanding officer of Borderwatch, the fortress up the road. It's been overtaken by a mercenary outfit that calls itself the Painted Eye.
But how did they manage to take over Borderwatch?
Combination of magic, guile, and well-laid plans. They lured most of my brigadines into chasing after an illusory enemy, while their main force infiltrated the keep and took those inside hostage. I'm doing all I can to keep those folks alive.
Are the mercenaries making any demands?
More than I can name, and none that I can grant. I sent word to Leowin, but so far I've heard nothing. The Painted Eye will kill those hostages if we storm the fortress. I need someone who can get inside quietly and free them. I'll pay for results.
So, I can infiltrate Borderwatch and free the hostages.
If you want to slip past the Painted Eye undetected, you'll have to get into Borderwatch through its sewer. It drains into a ravine to the east. And you should know, you're not the first volunteer to try this. No idea what happened to the last.
Who else did you send into the sewer?
There was a pair of them, an Argonian and a wood elf. Said they were infiltration experts. Burglars more like, but that's what I need. I didn't ask them too many questions. Couldn't afford to turn help away. Still can't.
And you don't know what happened to them?
They've been gone a long time. Either they've abandoned the job or been found out. If they were captured, I'd expect the Painted Eye to react, but it's been quiet. Too quiet. For all I know, those two emptied the larder and took off for a picnic.
What can you tell me about the painted eye?
Mercenaries, we thought. Only knew them from third-hand accounts in our intelligence briefings. If they were hired to cause this ruckus, we might have bribed them, but their demands read like a credo. They're making a statement here. Damn fanatics.
They are making political demands?
Pages worth, right there. They've practically demanded I carve them out a sovereign kingdom with my table knife. They're mad if they think I can deliver even a fraction of what they're asking, but I have to humor them. Their lives on the line. If you want to slip past the paint...
Demands of the painted eye. To the commanding officer of Borderwatch. Your garrison is ours. All left inside it, civilian guests, laborers, dignitaries, are now our prisoners. In return for their safe release, we make the following demands. First, the complete and total disarmament and disbanding of the Ivory Brigade, and the transportation of all its officers and enlisted soldiers to the island of Solstheim, where they shall remain in exile until death. Second, the liberation of the following prisoners. Arcturus Veno, currently imprisoned for assassinating the alderman of Skingred. Himandoril, currently imprisoned for arson in Necrom. Bankar, the butcher of Whiterun, currently imprisoned in an unknown location for conspiracy. The Daggerfall 5, currently held in Madding Wind prison for crimes against the Covenant. Lady Banvan, Thronebane, currently living in exile on Cespa. Any other prisoners such as we may demand. Third, the transformation of Kenarty Roost into a politically autonomous zone, free to make its own laws and pursue its own interest with no interference from the Ruby Throne, the Aldmere Dominion, or any other outside authority. Fourth, the creation and circulation of notices signed by the nobility of Cyrodiil acknowledging the universal rights of all mortals to govern themselves and admitting the fundamental tyranny of their own institution of power. Additionally, these leaflets should describe the establishment of the autonomous zone as described above, which welcomes all who share the values of Painted Eye. Fifth, the mooring of 4 ships with no fewer than 3 masts each, fully provisioned and supplied as necessary for a sea voyage, moored off the southern coast of Blackwood, along with guaranteed safe passage for us from the Borderwatch. None of the above demands are negotiable. Each demand must be fully met in return for the lives of our hostages.
If you're going to kill bugs, at least kill fetcher flies.
Borderwatch ruins.
There has got to be a better source for your alchemy practice.
You'll never take me alive, you bastards! Hang on. Who goes there? Wait, I remember you. Of all the places in Tamriel for Lady Twilight to bump into her erstwhile deputy, it's in an arse-ed sewer beneath some crumbling garrison.
Erithel, you are one of the infiltrators Commander Axos mentioned. Where's your partner? I think that I saw him.
That's right. Seeks and I were on our way to rescue those hostages when we, got separated. I was supposed to get to safety since things got a little hairy with the job, but now that I have my trusty deputy, there's nothing to worry about.
Did the Thieves Guild send you to do this?
Seeks would kill me if I told you about our job without him. But we really will rescue the hostages. I mean, we're already here and the commander is paying. Now we're not even trespassing. We'll save those people in no time. Once we find them.
Are you lost?
What? No, I know exactly where I am. I'm just temporarily unsure of where I'm going. Seeks and I got separated when, well, he made a distraction so the painted eye wouldn't spot me. But I don't know where he ran off to. Can you help me find him?
Of course. I will help you find Six.
I think Seeks took off that way after the commotion started. I think. You should probably take the lead.
How did you and Thix the Dark get involved with this?
Well, we were in the area and heard about Borderwatch's troubles. Seeks and I are no strangers to getting into fortresses, so we volunteered to save the hostages. The sewers were supposed to be lightly patrolled. Not exactly true.
So, you got caught by the painted eye?
There were patrols, but Seeks and I had no trouble avoiding them. Until we ducked into a niche that was filled to bursting with spiders. Don't suppose you remember Etanir? Well, spiders don't sit right with me since that job. Well, I went off.
And what happened?
I started stomping around like I was making wine, until Seeks smacked me on the head and sent me back the way we came. He went tearing off in the other direction, screaming like a banshee to draw the patrol away. It's quiet now, though.
By the way, tell me about yourself.
I'm working my way up the ranks of the Thieves Guild. Well, to the first rank, really. Seeks was put in charge of my training by the Guildmaster until I'm ready to set out on my own. And once I am, the legend of Lady Twilight will begin in earnest.
Lady Twilight.
That's the name I'll be known by once I make it big. I just need one huge heist. Something that will grab the imaginations of people from here to Auridon. Then I'll be on the lips of every bard. Lady Twilight, the greatest thief in all of Tamriel.
Okay.
I think Seeks took off that way after the commotion.
Let's check this place, first of all. Maybe there will be the useful resources, I don't know.
Think twice about hopping across stones in the murk. Sometimes they're crocodiles. I'm fairly sure Seeks ran off this way. Fairly.
Like that.
Hold on. I don't think I've been this way yet. Let's check it out. I think Seeks... Seeks! Hold on, I'll get the lock.
Erothal, I told you to run.
I did, but then I ran into our friend here and... Hey, did you let yourself get caught so I could get away?
Unlike you, I know when to make an escape. You, come here. We need to talk.
You were there. Did Indainir really rise from the dead?
Yes. I was.
You again. I can't tell if you're a jinx or a good luck charm. What in the name of Sithis are you doing down here? Let me guess. Commander Axius sent you after us because we're missing and presumed dead. Correct?
That's right.
Then you know the deal. From what I've heard, the Painted Eyes separated the hostages into groups throughout Borderwatch. Risky, But unfortunately, they've got the numbers to manage their occupation and guard their captives. Damn revolutionaries.
Do you have a plan?
We need to find the hostages. We need to get them out of the fortress. And we need to keep the Painted Eye from realizing what we're up to. That's 3 jobs, and 3 of us. If we work together, we'll get these people out.
Alright. Where do we start?
I'll leave finding the hostages to you. Erolthol can lead them out through the sewers, and I'll be the distraction. Again. Start by checking the tower, southwest of the fortress. I overheard that they were holding a group of captives there.
Okay. Why were you locked up?
A Painted Eye patrol cornered me after I sent Erolthol away from the fortress. I convinced them that I was just a dung shoveler for the garrison. Seemed better to be a hostage than get gut stabbed.
Why are a pair of thieves risking hostages?
Thieves? Who told
Yes.
you that? Erolthol.
Yes.
Look, I didn't ask why you're here on the job we're being paid for. And the hostages certainly don't care who actually frees them. So let's just forget about the matter of occupational titles, shall we?
Okay.
There we go. One pick lock, courtesy of Lady Twilight.
Next time, keep your eyes off the lock. Work by feel and watch your surroundings.
Oh, good point. So, I get that I'm supposed to lead the hostages to safety, but what happens after they're all free?
Then it's your turn to get clear of this place, like I told you before. And you'll listen this time. It's too dangerous with your amount of training.
But what about...
Not another word. I'll leave finding the hostages to you. Erolthol can lead them out through the sewers, and I'll...
Well, I guess I need to get used to skulking around these tunnels. Waiting around in sewage isn't the daring heist I'd hoped for when we came to Borderwatch, but oh well.
If you're going to kill bugs, at least kill fetcher flies.
Hey, whoever you are, get these chains off of us! Are you here to liberate Borderwatch? I might know something that can help. When I heard these painted eyes talking about their demands, I thought we were doomed. Maybe a little flattered that they thought we were worth that much, but doomed nonetheless. Anyway, these so-called revolutionaries are a chatty bunch.
And what did you learn?
Well, once the Painted Eye took hold of the fortress and rounded us up, they sent demands to Commander Axius, right?
Yes.
Political stuff. Releasing prisoners across Tamriel, turning Canarthy's roost into a free port. Big, bold asks.
Yes, Commander Axios said they were impossible demands.
I'm not surprised. You could be sitting on the Ruby Throne and still have problems doing everything they asked. But that's the point. I overheard some Painted Eyes saying the demands are a ruse. This group doesn't care about politics at all.
If they don't care about their demands, what are they really after?
That I don't know. But they're definitely trying to drag out negotiations for as long as possible. I'm just glad the commander was wise enough not to trust in dealing with them. Thank you for releasing us.
So, make for the cellars. There is a woman waiting to sneak you out of the fortress.
If you're looking for more people to free, try the fortress smithy. I saw the Painted Eyes herding a group in that direction before they chained me up. You're certain it's safe to head to the cellars?
The Painted Eye have me and an associate to keep them occupied.
Just don't wind up taking our place. I'm afraid I'm no good for a reimbursement rescue. 8, grace your path.
You too.
If you're looking for more people to...
Who cares? Kayok. That's better. Those were good chains you broke. I should know. I made them. But better broken than binding me. I don't hear a battle going on. So I'm guessing you didn't come with a battalion at your back.
Commander Axios sent me to free everyone.
And once we're clear, the Brigadines storm the gates? Fair enough. But you better move quickly. Whatever these Painted Eye thugs are doing here, they're getting close. That's what some of my guards were saying at any rate.
Did they say what they were planning?
They're searching for something in the fortress. I don't know what they're expecting to find. I've worked this forge for years and I've never seen anything here worth all this trouble. The Painted Eye must know something about Borderwatch I don't.
So, they are searching for something in the fortress and may be close to finding it.
That's just what I've been able to piece together from the snippets I've caught. It sounds like whatever they're looking for, it's big, but hard to find. The more I hear, the less it makes sense. I just want to be done with this mess.
Head for the cellars. There is a woman waiting to sneak you out of the fortress.
We'll head out soon. I've spent enough damn time in this smithy. If you're looking for other hostages, try the stables. I could hear Otten blubbering from all the way over here.
Will you be fine on your own?
I only took it easy on these mercs because I was surrounded. Now that there's an escape, I'm taking it. Any Painted Eye I can't avoid. We'll see what 4 straight years of hammering have done for my arm strength.
Goodbye.
I don't want to hurt you, but now I'm going to.
Am I glad to see you?
Whoever you are, please help me. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you're here, have the Painted Eye gone? Are we safe?
Keep your voice down. The Painted Eye still controls Borderwatch.
They do? They
Of
do?
course.
Then, what are we supposed to do? If they catch us trying to escape, they'll probably drag us off like that scholar. And Arcane knows what tortures these radicals are putting him through.
What scholar? What are you talking about?
One of the other hostages said he was studying alien history. When the Painted Eye caught wind of that, they couldn't haul him off to the keep fast enough. Let's get out of here before they come back.
I have someone waiting to sneak you out of the fortress. Meet them at the cellars.
You want me to what? By myself? No, please. I'm not a fighter. I'm not even sneaky. I'm just a stable hand. If you leave me, it's only a matter of time before the Painted Eye puts my head on a spike.
Relax. Please relax. Fine. Stay behind me. And stay close.
I'll do whatever you say. Just get me out of here.
Tell me, first of all, is the Painted Eye keeping any other hostages in the fortress?
They split everyone up. I think they took some of the others to the guard tower and the smithy. I don't know where they rushed that poor scholar off to, though.
All this running is drying my scales.
Who's that? That's your friend? Why does he look so scary?
Think I had damn near every painted eye on my tail at one point. The good news is, I'm faster than a fireball. Barely. I already ordered Erithel back to Commander Axius's camp. Lead these folks out through the sewers and meet her there.
One moment. We are missing a hostage. An Aelid scholar. The painted eye dragged him off to the keep.
An Aelid?
Yes.
Damn. So these painted eye bastards really are after it. Never is such a thing as coincidence. It's time I come clean. Erithel and I didn't travel to Borderwatch just to play heroes. We came to do a job for the Thieves Guild.
So, you came here to steal something?
That's mostly right. Somewhere beneath this fortress is an alien ruin, one the garrison doesn't know about. Erithel and I were hired to steal a relic from it. A powerful one. And it looks like the painted eye's here for the same damn thing.
And what does this relic do?
Not sure. The Mer who hired us to steal the thing sure was afraid of it falling into the wrong hands, though. And I think these painted eye nutters qualify. At least with Erithel safely out of the way, we only have the relic to worry about.
You might want to turn around.
Erithel, if I turn around and you're standing behind me, then so help me.
Seeks, how am I ever going to become a legend if I run at the first sign of trouble?
Running is half the job. Not that you would know.
Well, never running is what'll set Lady Twilight apart from the rest.
Enough with the Lady Look, I'm going to need a moment to smack some sense into my pupil. Head into the keep and see if you can find the scholar. I'll be right after. We're going to review the lesson on following instructions.
Don't mind Seeks. It's just his way of showing affection. He may not want to admit it, but he likes having me around. You'll see.
I know there's an alien ruin beneath Borderwatch, but I don't know how to access it. That scholar that the Painted Eye is interrogating, we need to find out where he's being held and ask a few questions of our own.
Tell me please, who hired you to steal the relic from the Aelid ruin?
It was a high elf. Called himself something ostentatious. Relic Master Glenadier. That was it. Didn't strike me as the world-conquering type. And with all the jobs I've worked, trust me, I can tell.
Where should I look for the Aelid scholar?
The leadership of the Painted Eye seems to be holding up in Borderwatch's keep. I imagine that's where they'd wring information out of a hostage, if what you heard is true. I know.
I didn't know you were interested in that genre. I'll have to remember that. I'm going to be ill. I can't even look at you. They're coming for us. Was that the last of them? Oh, thank feck.
Is this how you treat esteemed scholars on the mainland? I am Tel Dundindo of Sunhold. The Tel Dundindo... Who are you? Finally, someone besides these painted eyes. They threatened to break my left thumb if I didn't tell them what they wanted. That's my writing thumb.
We will get you free, but at the same time, we need information on the alleged ruin that the Painted Eye is looking for.
How did this ruin suddenly become common knowledge? It took me, Tel Dundindo of Sunhold, years to even learn about its existence. Fine. What do you need?
Good. Where is the entrance to the ruin?
Beneath Borderwatch's crypt, I believe. Specifically, beneath the tomb of the keep's architect, though I don't know which tomb is hers. Forgive me, but I told all of this to the Painted Eye. I had no choice.
It is bad. But do you know anything that will help us beat them to the ruin?
There was one thing I never volunteered to the Painted Eye, and they didn't know to ask. The crypt is locked tight. I instructed Commander Axius to lock it up so no one would disturb the location while I conducted my research. Not that it matters now.
But where can I find the key to the crypt?
Captain Axius put the key in his office, but who knows if the Painted Eye ransacked it yet. I'd hurry. I hope you appreciate the renowned Tel Dundindo giving you the honor of being the first to enter that ruin. It's only been the work of decades.
Commander Axios really closed the chapel so you could study it?
Why wouldn't he? I am Tel Dundindo of Sunhold. When I say there is a discovery that will put a backwater like this on the map, the wise man listens. Thankfully, Commander Axius is smarter than his occupation would indicate.
Why do you keep putting such emphasis on being Tel Dundindo of Sunhold?
It's an appellation of necessity. Tel Dundindo was a popular name in the Somerset Isles for my generation. There were 5 other Tel Dundindos in my class at the College of Sapiarchs alone. I can't have my work confused for any lesser Tel Dundindos.
Right. Friend, you get the key. I'll keep tabs on the Painted Eye. Erithel will lead the scholar to safety. And after that, she won't come back. Right.
Understood. Lesson learned. All right, Mr. Scholar. The way to freedom is just a quick romp through the castle sewers.
Sewer? I'm a distinguished fellow of the College of Sapiax. Do you expect me to muck about in filth?
Oh, it'll be fine. You won't even smell it after a few minutes. Unless you're planning to keep those robes, because, whew, that is not going to wash out. Right. I suppose this is the last time we'll see one another until we get to the other side of all this. Keep an eye on Seeks, won't you? And try not to have too much of a daring escapade without me.
Captain Axius put the key in his office, but who knows if the Painted Eye ransacked it yet. I'd hurry.
If the Painted Eye knows about the crypt and the sarcophagus, then they're ahead of us. We need to catch up. You get the crypt key. I'll keep watch on the Painted Eye while you do.
Maybe we can add that to the list of things I can beat you at.
Over here. The Painted Eye are already inside. We need to keep after them. When I first got here, I saw the door to the crypt was still locked tight, and I thought we finally managed to get ahead of these bastards. But that's not my luck. I just saw a group pass clear through this door like it wasn't even here.
Why didn't you follow them then?
They literally walked through the door. It's a big, heavy, solid door with a big, heavy, solid lock. Believe me, I tested. Ugh, damn mages are going to put me out of a job. Did you get the key or not? It's our only hope of catching up to them.
Don't worry. I will unlock the door.
Let's get looking. The entrance is in one of the tombs, right? The scholars said a tomb sits on the entrance. But whose? Time to bother the dead. For a good cause. Hopefully, these bastards are as dumb as they look, and haven't found the ruins yet. How big is this crypt? Big room, big statues. I wager there's some kind of complicated puzzle involving a hidden passage. The scholars. Or they could just knock down the wall. Sure, the painted eye must already be inside. Right. I don't make a habit of diving feet first into trouble. But there's nothing good happening down there, and it's going to get worse the longer we wait. So get in there. I'll be close behind. Swear to Sithis.
Continue the ritual.
I hear them.
I've nearly
Up
gained
ahead.
control.
The relic's got to be behind that barrier. We've got to stop whatever it is they're doing. Quickly! I may not give a fig for all this sorcery, but if the Painted Eye do, then we'd better start mucking it up.
No! I almost have it! Stop them! Hey! Stick with me! I need healing! I wasn't worried. Were you worried?
I may not give
I won't let this power escape me! I won't!
I don't see that loony coming to stop us. Keep going.
Nearly there!
Gods, I hope that did it. One way to find out. I hope you've got ideas, because this is way outside my area. Come on. We smashed all the things.
Fools! Nothing can disrupt this ritual while I possess the power of... Whoa, 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 whoa! This relic!
Whew. Whatever that was really cushioned my fall. What'd I miss?
You know what? I'll take it. Now, let's get out of here. This whole place is coming down.
I know, I said I wouldn't come back, but I heard yelling echoing up from a grate, and I was worried, so I followed, and it was slippery, and...
Thank you. If it weren't for you, we couldn't have stopped the Painted Eye.
You mean it? It was a pretty dramatic entrance, wasn't it? Maybe I should practice.
Don't push it. I've had jobs go better. Much better. But all things considered, this could have gone a lot worse for us.
What about the relic?
You mean the one Aerothol turned into a couch cushion? I don't expect the buyer is going to pay us for her sculpture of the 2 moons. The job's a wash.
You still rescued the hostages?
Yeah. I guess we did. I don't think we're going to stick around to collect, though. Commander Axius is going to have a lot of questions, and I don't want to give him an excuse to keep us here. Better Erithel and I just get back to the guild.
You are going then?
If Commander Axius asks what happened to us, do me a favor and tell him we got killed or something. Call me old-fashioned, but unlike Lady Twilight over there, I prefer to be forgotten.
What will you tell the Thieves Guild about what happened here?
I'll tell them what I tell them for all my jobs. As little as possible.
And they accepted that?
What are you, a lawyer? Go on and get your gold before I change my mind about our cut. If Commander Axius...
Can you believe it? We saved Borderwatch! People here will be telling tales of our skullduggery and daring do for at least a week. This might really be the birth of Lady Twilight's legend.
And how you dropped out of their rafters?
That's the big climax. I mean, I discourage any unflattering references to falling on my arse, but you can't pay for a debut like that.
How do you wind up falling into the ruins anyway?
Well, I was helping the great Tel Dundindo tiptoe through the sewer when we come across this huge rat. That ninny started shrieking at a pitch so high, the rat must have thought it was a mating call, because it went tearing off after him.
That led you to the ruin?
Sort of. So the rat had him cornered, but I killed it. Took some doing. Like I said, big rat. After the commotion was over, I heard yelling coming up from a grate nearby. That spooked Tel Dundindo again. He ran off, so I decided to follow the voices.
And that finally led you to the ruin?
Well, that led to an aqueduct, which led to an eyeless slaughterfish nesting pool, which led to me running, slipping and falling down to you. I don't know what you and Sikhs were doing down there, but I'm sure it was important too.
I would hope so.
Now I need to figure out how to tell the guild that we didn't get the relic. They won't be happy.
What do you mean? I have the relic right here. Oh, careful. Still got bits of painted eye lady on it.
What? When did you?
When you were all, oh, look at the ceiling, it's coming down around us. This is why I should take the lead next time.
Absolutely not. If Commander...
Now that this Borderwatch gig is all settled, Sikhs and I need to get back to the guild before someone else snags an even bigger job. The legend of Lady Twilight won't be born from resting on my laurels.
You are already thinking about your next job?
Of course! I'm not going to become the greatest thief in all of Tamriel by sitting on my duff, will I? I mean, you saw what it did back there. That's an arse of action. Be a waste of great potential.
Goodbye, Erlthel.
I'd leave to go eat with my friend over there, but this lady would just follow me. She's worse than a burrowing burr. I just can't do that to any of my friends.
Can never have enough of that.
We sometimes get Bandari out this way. They told me about dragons showing up in elsewhere. As if we didn't have enough to worry about with this Three Banners War.
I've got a camp full of liberated hostages, and my scouts tell me there's a significant drop in painted eye activity within the fortress. But I want to hear it from someone who's seen things firsthand. What's the situation in Borderwatch?
The Painted Eye's leader is dead, and all the hostages are free.
Damn fine work. I'll get my troops together and we'll mop up the stragglers. So much for those experts. You did the work of both of them, and most of us for that matter. Borderwatch is in your debt. This is all the payment I could muster. If there's a chance we can repay what you've done for us, my garrison is at your disposal. You have my word.
What will you and your forces do now?
Make our preparations to mop up the dregs of the Painted Eye and resume possession of Borderwatch. Storming a fort is never easy, even if you know the layout like we do. After that, well, I expect I'll be asked to resign my commission.
Why that?
Because no one has use for a fort commander that loses his own bloody fortress. At least we've gotten the people out safely. That's enough for me. I'll get their home back, and then I'll lay the sword down.
You should know that the Painted Eye's demands for a reuse.
I gathered that much from debriefing the hostages. The Painted Eye was after something in that ruin. The one that High Elf scholar was badgering me about. All the years I've commanded this fort, and I had no idea what was under my feet. If there's a chance we can repay what you've done for us, my garrison is at your disposal. You have my word.